Hello dear students, welcome to our today's class. In our last classes we have discussed about biographies, chapter 10 of our Buddhist religion and moral education book. We know that many kings, masters, devotees, theras and theories played important role in the propagation of the Buddhism. They are still immortal in the history of the Buddhism because of their service and contributions. The biographies of these great personals are found in the Pali literature. Their life and ideology are exemplary. By reading their biographies, we can build our moral and human life. In our last classes, we have discussed about Sariputta and Moggallana and Vishakha. Today we will discuss about King Prasenjit, Purnika Theri and Bhikkhu Shilabhadra. Lesson 3. King Prasenjit. Prasenjit was the king of Koshala. Savatthi was the capital of Koshala and a very prosperous town. Buddha had delivered many sermons and precepts in Savatthi. Many historical events and memories of the life of Buddha are associated with that place. For that, Savatthi is the major place of pilgrimage. The present name of the town is Shahed Mahed. It is now situated in the north province of India. Prasenjit was the son of Mahakoshala and contemporary of Buddha. He got education at Takshashila. Lichavi Mahali and Kolio Prince Bandhula were his fellow students. He came back to Takshila after completing his learning and acquiring knowledge in crafts. Mahakoshala, his father, became satisfied beholding his skills in knowledge and crafts and enthroned him as the king of Koshala. After getting the friendship of Buddha, King Prasenjit became the follower of him. He passed his life being the worshipper of Buddha till his death. Though the King Prasenjit was the follower of Buddha, he was sympathetic to the other religious sects. It is known that once he made preparation of Mahayagga or great sacrifice, but he freed all the animals that were collected for sacrificing at the advice of Buddha. Later, he gave up the yagga and set free the sacrificing animals. He often went to Buddha and took his advice in different matters. Mallika Devi was the wife of the king of Koshala Prasenjit. She was the daughter of a gardener, but she was very intelligent. The king loved her and believed her much. He took her advice in any matter. The king Prasenjit respected Buddha very much, so he was very eager to create family relationship with the clan of Buddha. The king Prasenjit invited Buddha with his disciples for a week and entertained them with the best food items. On the seventh day, he invited Buddha to eat food every day at his house. Being unable to accept this invitation, he requested Ananda to take the invitation. Ananda with his Bhikkhu Sangha went to the house of the king every day to eat meal. The mentionable contemporary of King Prasenjit were Bimbisara, the king of Magadha, Pradyut, the king of Ujjayini, Udayan, the king of Koshambi. King Prasenjit and the king Bimbisara were relatives. Bimbisara, the king of Magadha, married Koshala Devi, the sister of Prasenjit. He got Kashi as a token of dowry from the king Prasenjit. Kashi became the part of Magadha. A friendly relationship grew between the king of Magadha and the king Prasenjit. Ajatashattu, the son of Bimbisara, played a leading role in performing the royal duties. Being instigated by others, he imprisoned his father. King Bimbisara died in the imprisoned condition. Hearing the news, King Prasenjit got puriated and Kashi was taken back. Shumana, the sister of King Prosenjit, took initiation as Bhikkhuni and joined the Sangha. Hearing and following the preachings of Buddha, she obtained Arahatta Phala, the fruit of Arahantship. King Prosenjit and his wife Mallika Devi loved very much to donate Buddha and his Sangha. Prosenjit built Rajakarma Bihar at Jetavana in Savatthi. He built a guest house at the request of his chief queen Mallika Devi. It became famous as Mallikaram. Sitting here, Buddha delivered religious instructions. There was a deep forest named Anjanavana not far from Savatthi. King Prosenjit used to go on hunting there. Theri Sujata attained arahantship, hearing the religious instructions of Buddha. King Prosenjit abandoned the killing of animals after hearing the Dhamma of Buddha. Prosenjit was devoted greatly to charity. Once he invited the Buddha with his 500 disciples at Jetavan. For the propagation of the Buddha's religion, the service they provide to the Buddha and the Bhikkhu Sangha, good rule and act of great charity afterwards, King Prosenjit and Queen Mallika are immortal in the history of Buddhism. Lesson 4. Purnika Theory. After accumulating the virtues in the present life and the life preceding, this lady was born of an aristocratic family during the era of Vipassi Buddha. She became worried at the thought of revert when she was grown up. She went to the Bhikkhunis. Hearing the Dhamma, she entered into the Sangha. She was maintaining the life of Bhikkhuni by observing the precepts thoroughly. She attained proficiency in the Tripitaka by reading it attentively. By the consequences of her sensitiveness of her previous birth, she was born as a daughter of slave in the house of Anathapindika at Savatthi during the time of Buddha. Then she was given the name Purnika. It is said that she was named Purna or Purnika as the number of the children was 100 after her birth. After hearing the preaching of the Buddha, known as the roar of lion, she attained the fruition of Shotapatti. Later, she was able to make a Udaka Shuddhi Brahmin to follow her opinion by reasoning. For this, her master freed her from slavery. After getting the freedom, she entered into the Sangha and attained arahantship. The incident ran thus. In her slavery life, her everyday work was to bring water from the river in the very early morning. She had to get water even in the early morning of the winter season because of the fear of her master's punishment and rude words. In the morning of bitter cold, and Udaka Shuddhi Brahmin bathed in the river from which Purnika collected water. Udaka Shuddhi is a kind of holy practice of purifying life by getting wet into water. One day she saw the Brahmin immersed in the water. She asked him, Brahmin, I collect water from the river in the winter morning for the fear of my master. For which fear are you bathing in the morning of this bitter cold? In reply, he said, Purnika, I am observing the custom of washing the result of sinful act. The sinful acts that you do in your old or young days can be freed by the bath of purification. Purnika said, who has told you that bath of purification can free from one's sins? It is a foolish advice given by a fool. If it does so, then heaven is confirmed for the tortoises, frogs, snakes, crocodiles and aquatic animals. If it happens so that killers, thieves and inefficient workers will also get rid of sin by the bath of purification. If the river can wash the sin previously done, virtues will be also washed away. Udak Shuddhi, clean your mind's defilement first and then wash your body. Do not commit sin publicly or secretly. If you commit sin, there is no way of salvation. You will not get rid of it if you even flee. By realizing in this way, Purnika proved that falsity of the birth of purification and was able to make Brahmin follow her opinion. From studying the biography of Purnika, it is known that an ordinary bondmaid can be famous in the world because of the influence of her good consciousness and wholesome deeds. Even a woman can attain arahantship by her perseverance and austere endeavor. Lesson 5. Bhikkhu Shilabhadra. Shilabhadra was the first supreme pride of Bengal. He was adorned with many titles as acknowledgement of his work. The titles were Shastra Guru, Dhammaratna and Gyanankara. He was born in 529 AD and he was born in the Bhadra Raja clan of Chandina in Kumilla. It is known that his nickname was Dantabhadra. He became famous as Shilabhadra after his initiation into Buddhism. Shilabhadra was uncompromising in acquiring knowledge. He studied Veda, technology, syntax, medical science, philosophy and other branches of knowledge in his early age. He was eager to acquire knowledge from his childhood. By wanting royal honor and wealth, he travelled inside India in search of truth. While travelling inside India, he visited different monasteries. He tried to know about the religion and philosophy of Buddha. Thus, he reached Nalanda. Nalanda was then a university of high standard. This university was developed basing on the monasteries. Though it was monastery-based university, the people of all classes had the entrance. During the time of Shilabhadra, 10,000 students and 1,500 teachers were there. Acharya Dhammapala was the principal of Nalanda Mahavihara. Shilabhadra took initiation under his tutorship. It is the place where he took Upasampada or higher ordination according to the rule of the religion of Buddha and became Bhikkhu. Shilabhadra earned much praise by defeating a famous Brahmin Pandit or scholar in a debate. Then debates were prevailing in ancient India. Even kings and emperors were associated with it in many ways. It was taken as a matter of great pride in having great scholars in their own countries. So the kings and the emperors were also interested in arranging such debates. An incident like this happened while Shilabhadra was staying at Nalanda. In fact, Shilabhadra was the best of all in the contemporary time of Mahasthavira Shilabhadra. He was expert in all kinds of learning and had fame as a Pandit. Shilabhadra, the first among the Bengalis, was able to attain his fame. The Bengalis feel proud of his achievement till today. After completing his study, he joined as a professor in the Nalanda Mahavihara. After the demise of Acharya Dhammapala, he was appointed in the post of the Acharya unanimously. His demise occurred at the age of 125 in 654 AD. So dear students, I hope you got a clear concept about King Prasenjit, Theri Purnika and Bhikkhu Shilabhadra. Practice those lessons properly. If you face any problem, you can contact with me directly or you can also comment in our Google Classroom. So here is a homework for you. Make 20 short questions from this chapter. Submit your homework photo as comment. So that's all for today. See you again in our next class. Good luck.